And welcome back to the Namibia Untamed 7 Rivers Expedition Grand Finale. This trip discovering the 7 rivers has been about slowing the pace down, taking time to find those little remote hidden gems along the way, the wildlife, the ever-elusive desert elephant, the local people, the generous and vast landscapes, and those small sidetracks, those lesser travelled routes as opposed to the well-trodden transit routes that merely act as a link between one town and another. And in the end, this trip has highlighted one thing, that Namibia is the journey. The Dorros region is a geological wonderland lying between the Uhab and Ugab rivers, two of Namibia's largest ephemeral river systems. The area offers spectacular views of landscape that is both arid and beautiful at the same time. The vegetation is scarce and low-lying, interspersed with ancient welwitschas and comiforas. This is the land that was shaped and reshaped during the formation of the supercontinent Gondwana, 550 million years ago. Over time, the forces of wind and water erosion have softened the sharp edges of the rocks, and this area is known in geological circles as the Damaraland rock. We're now on a trail trying to get to the Uhab River, and we encountered an anti-poaching unit. I think they're here to protect the rhinos. We haven't seen rhinos. The landscape has been dramatic again and ever-changing, and we had a site here where there's an old car wreck, not very interesting, but as we stopped, we looked in the opposite direction, we saw a giraffe family, and they're sitting here trying to hide from us. And you can see in the distance, there's 4 of them.
Baby bears too.
Yeah.
It's very cute.
They're not moving. I don't know if you can see this little pathway. These are ancient animal trails. They're all over here. This one crosses the road to this side. Yeah?
Yeah. There you can see clearly how it extends. It's well worn.
In this rocky landscape. So we're heading to the Dorros Crater 4x4 trail. So in terms of food, we've still got coffee, but we're down to millipap and canned food.
Dinner is done.
We haven't seen fresh produce in a while.
Okay, so we are on a pass called Dorros Pass. Yeah.
There's a gorge down there. There's the Uhab. Dorros Pass is quite unlike anything we've seen. Visually, it is not dissimilar to Mordor from Lord of the Rings with its sharp and rugged rock faces. The track winds through steep, rocky climbs and descents, offering slow-going views of the Uhab River as it winds its way through the landscape. Nothing short of dramatic and harsh. It is also the perfect place to stop and enjoy the last of the canned sardines, sriracha sauce and thinly sliced red onions eaten directly out of the can. From here, the road slowly unwound down towards the river, with Diane walking sections and guiding the way down.
Here comes Christoph crawling along. Safety first. Howdy, Captain.
Howdy, howdy.
Okay, so we're having a little debate here about rating systems, and Christoph wants to lodge his opinion your criteria?
Okay, so your rating is from 1 to 10. You grade your routes from 1 to 10.
Yes.
I'd say if you have to get out and walk it, a minimum 5 out of 10.
Okay, but I didn't
10
have
being the worst. Still,
If you rate this as a 5, then what are you rating Fun Sales as?
if Fun Sales is a 10, I'd say that's a 10. I think
It is a 10. It's a
10
total
and
10.
11 if you go over. Like some of those other rigs.
Yeah, well, thank God we never got to that
Yeah.
rate. Yeah.
You had to get out at Divorce Pass. Maybe that was a good thing.
From what aspect?
No, just saying.
Clarity.
Just saying.
Goodbye.
We're looking for a shower.
Yeah.
Well, in this case, it's a necessity.
Yeah.
And we were about to have a shower when the
This
camp
morning, yeah.
the camp broke down.
Well,
Everything
either-
is broken there.
it either broke down this morning or it had broken down already, and we had some false advertising going down. This is pretty bloody steep.
And now we see, when you see the sky. it's
When
steep.
when all you see is your
You don't
dash
see the road, you
and the
see the
sky, and then you always like hope like hell there is a road on the other side.
It's taking us down to the Uhab. Yeah. Yeah. Just follow the route. On the right track.
All good.
We Divorce Pass is still coming.
No man.
Look over there. It's looking treacherous.
Yeah, so kind of keep to the left hand, your right hand side for now. Sorry, your left, slowly in there. Another big one coming. Do you want me to go past you again?
No, you can come join me for the last section. Okay, so now we have just entered the Uhab River, the last of the 7 rivers, and we're probably going to the Ugab Rhino Camp. See if we got a shower there. The Uhab River, which originates about halfway between Otavi and Ucho, passes Ucho and skirts the Brandberg before finally meeting up with the Atlantic Ocean about 200 kilometers north of Swakopmund. This river, with its large subterranean water reservoirs, makes it a major Namibian river. It stretches for 450 kilometers and provides water for the ever-elusive desert elephant, zebra, giraffe, and the largest free-roaming population of black rhino in the world. The formation of the Uhab Wilderness Area was created to protect the future of these rare creatures. The riverbed and the surrounding canyon are nothing short of dramatic, dwarfing the vehicle with its rugged outcrops, just the place for a photographic stop. The landscape is so reminiscent of a spaghetti western that one almost expects the sheriff and his posse to come trotting along. Instead, it's me moving at a brisk pace back to the car, slightly ashen. While taking this photograph, I was convinced I heard the sound of a lion behind me awaken from his midday siesta. In disbelief, we drive on a few meters, only to discover a clear spoor of a lion. By all accounts, very fresh. Okay, I've just stopped here in the Uhab River, and I'm just looking up and down, and I see big lion paw prints in the tracks. Let me show you. You can see my foot next to those. So you're going to see follow the tracks and see if maybe we spot him somewhere. We divide our attention between the incredible vistas and the spoor that seems to be emanating from the Ugab Rhino Camp. We arrive at the camp hoping to spend a night and instead discover a completely deserted camp. Nobody around. It's as though people had just upped and left at the last minute. But with the fresh lion spoor disappearing amongst the campsite, we decide not to spend a night there. It's only after arriving the following day in Swakopmund that we hear stories filtering through about human-lion interactions in the Uhab River. It doesn't bode well for the lion, and instead specialists are brought in to understand this unusual behavior of one of the collared desert lions. The said male lion was apparently sedated and moved to another area where the chances of human interaction would be far more infrequent. Evidence suggests the behavior and brazenness of the lion was very unusual. What we take from the situation is that it is important to remember that these are wild animals and that we are visitors in this area. It is important for people to remember not to taunt, feed, or take any unnecessary risks with these predators.
And for those of you who don't understand Afrikaans, it means between the ministers, the preachers hall, and the place that you go to fight, the fight club or fight hall. Yeah, so these areas are very well known fishing spots
on the west coast
of Namibia.
Hello!
Yeah? How are you this morning?
What it is to have a shower.
Might not have been the prettiest campsite.
No, I think it's designed for fishermen. You're all up a klomp gekampeer. People come there to fish as a base camp. They use it as a base camp. It's a bit of civilization. Yeah, there's jackal running around.
We've only got 105 kilometers to go, so at 12:40, it's 11:29
about another hour and a bit to drive. Probably hit a windscreen, mess it all up.
One lives in hope. Yeah, we had an influx of mosquitoes last night. It was very, and now we're on our way
to Walvis.
To Walvis.
The 4,000 hectare salt field operations in Walvis Bay were first established in 1964, and it is the largest producer of solar sea salt in sub-Sahara Africa, processing 24 million tons of seawater to produce an excess of 700,000 tons of high-quality salt per annum. Not only do they produce salt, they are also a vital element in the conservation of bird life in the area. The salt pond system, together with the adjacent Walvis Bay estuary, have been identified as one of the important wetlands of Africa, providing essential nutrients for a variety of wetland birds such as waders and the ever-elegant flamingos. It is an altogether surreal experience to drive through this area with a narrow, damp, single salt track dividing the ponds and lagoon. Unnatural looking pools of pink brine and salt crystal crusted dams stretch as far as the eye can see. of Swakopmund is always an opportunity to catch up with our good friends, to share the details of our adventures, wolf down delicious fresh oysters, and enjoy a glass of wine. This time they surprised us with a galjoenbraai and the most spectacular sunset nestled amongst the sand dunes on the outskirts of Swakopmund. The perfect ending to a few days of fun and reconnecting.
That's amazing. Look at the moon.
We should do a photo of all of us up there.
There you go.
Breezy.
Yeah.
So tell me,
Yeah.
how are you feeling?
Well, you know me and heights. We're not best buddies.
But we're flat now.
Yeah. As long as I don't see the edge, I'm fine.
Anything else you want to say?
No, I'm a woman of little words at the moment.
Oh, I like that for a change. For the uninitiated, Spitzkoppe lies about 180 kilometers from Swakopmund. The Spitzkoppe mountain range rises an impressive 1,728 meters above sea level, creating a striking landmark on the landscape. To really appreciate this area, it is advisable to spend a minimum of one night. This way you can fully appreciate the contrasting light, the shadows and textures, and the sheer scale of these Inselbergs. The range is made up of granite and dates back more than 700 million years. The main peak is known as Groß Spitzkoppe, and the other peaks are Klein Spitzkoppe and Pondok Mountain. Does it sound tempting?
Sorry, what did you say?
I said the sand is beautiful. Good morning. Just woke up, had some coffee, Got the evening fire started again. We're going to make some breakfast on the fire.
Panning skills.
Okay, so today we're going to be using the pan, and the recipe is a very simple one. Heads up, you can win this pan. For competition details, watch the Conrad Hicks video on our channel. And remember, leave your answer in the comment section below. The winner will be announced in next week's video. And one you'll be happy to learn. So, we're going to be making chickpea flour pancakes. Banana pancakes. Right, so all you need is chickpea flour and water. So it's really convenient when you go camping. And an awesome pan. So let's see how this works.
If you like this video, click the like and subscribe button. It's a free way to support us.
Okay, to start off, I'm going to pour an amount of chickpea flour in. I'm going to guesstimate at about half a cup to start off with, so I don't have my measuring cup. Okay, so now I'm going to be adding the water, and we're going to work on a consistency. I'm not quite sure how much water, but I'm going to start off by making a paste, adding a little bit of water, and then I'm going to be working out the lumps in the chickpea flour. Okay, so this is almost hummus thickness, obviously way too thick, so I'm going to be adding some more water to this mixture. And essentially I want to illustrate the consistency that you have to get the chickpea flour to for it to be eligible to become a camp pancake. So we're going to be posting this recipe on our blog, all the other recipes that we make on our channel, and saltoniclife.com is the blog address. So what should I do? Okay, so we got the consistency right. Nice. And so we're just going to add some salt. And you can see how much salt I'm adding. Okay, because we're making sweet pancakes, we're going to add some sugar. I'm also going to guesstimate this one because I don't feel like walking all the way to the other side to get a tablespoon. So it's going to be about a tablespoon. Okay, so I'm stirring in the salt and sugar so that it dissolves. And then once you've done all of that, you let your mixture stand for 10 minutes. Okay, let's recap the recipe. About a half a cup of chickpea flour, water to make paste, and then add some more water to give it the right consistency, salt and sugar, and that's it. Meanwhile, in the kitchen we prep for the grand finale of the recipe. Some lovely bananas. If they're overripe, you can add them to the mixture of the pancakes, which makes them extra special banana-like. We use our favorite tool, which is all trusty here. Pull out the super sharp blade. Mind your fingers. You can try this at home. Be responsible. Okay, so hot tip. To prevent the bananas from browning after slicing them, you can use last night's leftover lemon juice.
Leftover from what?
The gin and tonic, of course. So yeah, so it's always good to put a bit of butter on so you can see the temperature of your pan. Whoa, nice pancake. Right, some honey with the bananas. And here's your pancake, my love.
Ooh, that looks
honey, banana, and lemon.
delicious.
Should be good.
Thank you.
Two cool things about chickpea pancakes. If you're a gluten-free freak like me, full disclosure, then this is ideal for pancakes. The other thing is it's vegan friendly, minus the butter. But yeah, you can use something else like vegetable oil.
Hi guys, thank you for all the love and support on Patreon. And if you want the journey to continue for as little as a cup of coffee, you can support us on Patreon. The link is in the description below. Click it!